December 19, 2025. Today, this morning, I was sleeping until lunch time. So this is the first day that I can tell that I'm recovering now from everything that have happened, and I don't know how far it will go. But I'm thankful that I am recovering now, and in a medicine way, they will always. The doctor always say that if you take a new medicine, it will take at least 6 weeks for it to really work in your body, in the whole system, they say. So that was I hope for, that it will take 6 weeks, and then even if it's not a medicine, that is psychology and mentally issues I have of all this bad life I have had since from the beginning, and before beginning, as my mother wanted to abort me, and then of course she treated me like I was aborted, so she didn't give me any love, and I was only a problem for her because I was different from my siblings. I have an adopted sister, older sister, because my mother was married in 18 years before, and they were thinking they should never have any kids. My mother was pregnant many times, but when the baby inside her going heavy, it going out from her. So they adopted a daughter, and then the doctor could do a surgery on my mother and put together the opening that was in her womb, and she be pregnant and gave birth to my brother. And then she was 42 years old, and she was thinking it will not be any more kids, because so she was thinking that the monthly bleeding was because of her age. And then I come, and I get more and more knowledge from God. I am really in the lightning to understand everything. And what the real thing today, before I tell this, what I come to understand today, do I want to thank you for supporting me to could pay those 3 bills I have, because God told me to move to this home, and this day I really can tell that I start to relax and recovering from my whole life. I'm 73 years old now, and it have been the whole time. And the last fight I really had was when I'm moving here. But I trust God and did what He told me to do, because I know God was behind it, and He helped me. And He have whisper, He have talking to those people that have ears to hear with. And you have send me money. So it's I say congratulations to you, because you have the ears that God can talk to you. So it's awesome. It's a spirit coming through and touched me in this when I was saying this. And maybe He want to support me in what I am going to tell you about, what I find out this morning when I wake up. It is, I was born in this dysfunctional family. And it was this, that we had no religion. So I was born to not have any religion. I was a clean vessel for God in that way. And of course I come back from heaven, and I was in God's throne room when I come down. So I was really clean from everything. And the family was dysfunctional. And maybe it was good, it was that in that way that I grew up with no religion at all. And as I was born in Sweden, I belonged to the Swedish church, the Lutheran church. So that's what was in the background, but we were not much in the church. My father tried to take me to churches, but he was drunk all the time, so he walked away from everything. So when he didn't drive me to a church, then I was not in the church. And so this is what I come to understand. I was born without any religion. So, and then in 2016, when I was in Jerusalem, then I come to know that God told me that I should do my DNA. And I knew it was for a reason. It was not this ordinary DNA test that people need to find who they are. It was something else, because I was in Jerusalem and I was in this Foss museum when God was talking to me. And Foss is the museum in Jerusalem, is Friend of Zion museum. I didn't know what it was before I come there, but God was saying to me that I should go to Foss Museum, and I had to order and pay the ticket for the museum here in Sweden before I was leaving to Israel. So, and I knew it was something special with the DNA. And I was thinking it has something with Jesus to do. And and it showed up that I belong to the house of David, and I belong to the Jesus and his family, and then way down from the beginning where they started to know. It's in the beginning it was oral. It was talking from generation to generation, and then it come that they could write it down. And so I was thinking, I was happy to see it was that I was connected to Jesus, but I didn't really knew what God wanted to tell me about it, because I had asked God many times if Jesus was God, and he never say anything about that Jesus was he. So I stopped to ask, because I understood that Jesus was not God walking here on earth. And I come to leave Jesus behind, because I go into the next fold where God is. Jesus is the doorkeeper to God's fold. There is two fold in heaven. And the first one is where all the people are that stop on their way to understand. They stop with Jesus, and the gate will never be open. But I could open the gate because I asked God if he was Jesus, and he never answered me. So I could open that gate and walk into God's fold. And if I notice that there is people that is scared to leave Jesus behind, but you don't need to leave Jesus. It's only that you have to go more steps. You don't leave Jesus, but he is in your past, in the history, and then you go into the small fold where people are that understand that there is more than what you have come to know from preacher or your religion, what you was born into. And now is it, I help God to open that gate. So some of you have started to understand what I'm talking about. You have got the ears that God are speaking in to tell you the truth. We were, not I wasn't, but most people, maybe all people, was born in an illusion that was made, and I talked about it last episode. The illusion was from God. God have created everything, and everything the painful and fear and everything, it's from God. The devil is not created by himself. It's God that have created the devil, because he want us to step out, or you need to step out from the religion and really find the plan for you that God have given you, but you are in that prison of religion, and maybe prison the political also. That's why I have told you very early in this podcast that I am not a political person, and so I come to understand today that I wasn't born in religions. And then I was a few times in some churches, but as my father was not there for me, he was a heavy drinker, but he could work because he had the help of my mother to could do the work, and he was a manager for insurance company that is still here in Sweden, the biggest, and he could work from home, so he could work with his job until he was too much into drinking, and they kick him out from that company. But he got money from the company to quit. So he didn't like ordinary people that he have to walk out on the street. He got a new Mercedes car, and they bought an apartment in the center of the city that had 3 room and kitchen, and that was bought in. It was not rent, and then lots of money, so they could started a business with a cafe, 2 cafes. So it was much money my father got. And then he was so drunk, so my mother divorced him. And I was not raised in any religion. So God wanted me to know that from the beginning I was in David's house, and I have been there and looked down at David's city, in the house of David, when I was the last time 2023, I was up to the mount, the Temple Mount, and was going there and looked down at the house of David's city, between the mount, between the Temple Mount and Olive Mount. I was there and looked down, but I never come to be there. But I saw how it looked like, and so it it have in that way with Jesus to do. And then in many, many years, I have say this, that Jesus didn't told us everything. He say that, and I don't remember John 12 or 16. John 16:12 or John 12:16. He said to his disciple that he had much more to tell them, but he couldn't tell them. And that's because they were not in this time. In this generation is the last generation that you will understand what I'm talking about, that I get from God. I am the extension of Jesus. So you will hear what Jesus already knew. He knew that because he got it from God. He got what he's talking about was from God. But the disciple didn't really understood him, what he was saying in the spirit. And then it be worse and worse. And Jesus said that I have much more to tell you, but I can't tell you now. So it was not now. It had to be in the future. And then in year 2000, when I was on my way to make a suicide because I was married to a man that had HIV, and I was, in that time, I didn't know. I married him in 1998. In that time, they didn't know how we get the HIV in us. So I was thinking, I have kissed him many times, and I was thinking, I have got HIV, and my daughter was living with us, and he had helped her with bleedings, wounds, and I was thinking, I have killed my daughter. I was thinking most of her, that I killed her. I killed my own daughter. And I was not thinking about myself. But everything was going down. That's what I was thinking in my mind, because I didn't know God, that he had a plan for me. So I was on my way to go into the water and kill myself when God came. And first it was the higher priest that was going with me from heaven to earth. And he was standing so I could see him. He was clearly seeing. It was no fogs or any unclear things. It was like a man standing there in my home. And he told me about my childhood. And today I understand that when he was speaking about my childhood, he wanted to tell me that he would have been with me already before I come down to earth. But he also told me how my adopted sister pushed me out in the street and killed me. And I was killed, but I come to life and back again. And 2018 was drive over and was on my way to be killed there also, but I come back and I live today to tell you about what God is showing me and telling me. And He wants you to get those ears and those spirit eyes to see with. He wants you to get that from what I tell you. And this podcast is not my podcast. It's the Third Testament. It is, the podcast is done, created by the Spirit, because the Spirit was telling me in 2020 that I should do a podcast. And he said to me when I move into my new home, this will be a gathering place. And just in that time I move in, did we get COVID-19? So I was thinking, it can't be, because I can't bring in any people here in my home because of COVID-19. And so that's what I was thinking. You know, I have hard with the throat now because the Spirit is here touching me. I'm sorry to coughing, but I need to do that because the Spirit is coming in here. And so I didn't understood this with a podcast, and that it should be a gathering place, God was saying to me. And then I started to, they was telling me to do a podcast later on. It was in March 2020 I moved into my new home after I have been almost killed of a car driving over me. And I sit there by myself, and I knew I should do a podcast. So I didn't know what it was. I check it out on internet and find what to do and get all these tools to do it. And then I started the podcast by talking what's happened today in the news, these things. And then I had some free music to play. But it took only about 2-3 episodes when suddenly there were a spirit coming in my recording. So that's how it started. So this almost 1,000 episodes that I have recording, it have been spirits enter into my home, because it was a gathering place for spirits and not for any human. But I didn't understand that from the beginning. And you that have followed me from the start, you have come to know this about how the Spirit have talking to me and showing me and make me get the knowledge. And that's what it is today. And it is very important. The Spirit touched me now. It is very important for you to understand that I didn't had any religion in me when I was born here on earth, and that it was hidden that my parents was Jewish because they were born. They started their home when Hitler was close to Sweden, and they were scared to tell people that they were Jewish. But the DNA showed me that I am Jewish, and I need to find a home far away from this Muslims group that was in my past home, and they don't understand what I'm talking about, because I am not a religion. I am in a tradition in that way, and when I was in the Israel Samarian city and visit their leader, they told me that we don't have a religion. And I understand that today, because it's a mix of many religions in there. What they don't say religion, they say it's tradition. It's tradition. And I think some areas of Jewish people also say is a tradition and not a religion. And in that way I can accept it, that I live in a tradition, but in not a religion. And you need to come to understand what's the difference between tradition and religion. And religion is mostly that we learn to think in one way that people want you to think like. They brainwash you in that way. And tradition is what is going on in the society that you belong to, that have nothing with religion to do. It's something that you live with, that you live with what's going on in that society where you live. That's the different. I can tell you, explain it. I hope it's is correct. As I say, the touch of the Spirit is harder now. So he say that, he confirm it. That's what it is. So do your Christmas things like you always have done, and you can place Jesus in Christmas celebration, but you should not celebration the birth of Jesus, because he was not born in December. It's a lie. But it's nice to have this celebration when it's in my part of the world. Is it so very dark? And as I have I wake up after lunchtime today, then I didn't get so much light. It's going down. The sun is going down now, and it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But on Sunday it turn around, so we go and get more light in the daytime. But just now is it the darkest day it can be, and I will see if I can do something, because it's hard to really work in the darkness, because I don't have any lights in the ceiling. I maybe get money enough to could pay someone to put up the lights for me. So I only have small lights, this traditional Christmas light in the window, and I have this Christmas tree with lights in it. So I have it really dark inside my home. So I can only work in daytime when the sun is up. So this will not be so much today to do, as I am very late with everything. But I'm thankful because I'm recovering. I'm recovering faster when I get support to pay the bills for the moving. It's three big bills that I need to pay as soon as I can. So thank you for listening. I had more lights to tell you, but I can tell you another time, another episode. But this was a very important light to give you, to understand, you that have the ears to hear with. And soon you are going to have the eyes to see with. It's not a human ears or eyes, it's a spirit ears and eyes you get. So thank you for your support.